Hi friends, my name is Al or Lilstarnerd. Welcome to another video in my 12 Days of Christmas series. Today, we're doing a sketchbook tour. Our favorite. But as always, I have a few quick announcements before we get started. 1, subscribe. I just started my 12 Days of Christmas thing. Every Monday, Wednesday, and weekend leading up to Christmas, I'll be posting a video, so that's fun, exciting, don't miss any. Plus, these videos tend to bring more people to my channel that might not know me otherwise, so if you're new, please consider subscribing. 2, this is a Strathmore Series 500 mixed media sketchbook. Strathmore refuses to sponsor me, even though I give them so much free advertising, so I have an affiliate link for this sketchbook. I genuinely really recommend it. It's my favorite. I've used it so many times. I think it's great for all mediums. There is an affiliate link down below and it will be in the pinned comment as well if you want one. 3, this tour is going to be a little bit more of a page-by-page basis, not my feelings overall about the sketchbook. If you'd like to hear a little bit more context about why I keep a 3-month timeline, etc., you can watch my previous video where I do the last spread of this sketchbook and I discuss my overall feelings. I recommend watching that video first and then coming back to watch this one. I think it's just going to give you a bit more context. And finally, I want to thank my patrons. Your names are on screen. Thank you so much for supporting me. I appreciate you so much. Every month I do fun exclusive stuff over there like postcards, stickers, podcasts, etc. So if you're interested in supporting me a little bit further or you want some of those goodies, please consider checking out my Patreon. Now that I have sped through those little things, let's get into the tour because I know that's what you're here for. Let's go. So I'm still really bad at remembering where stickers come from. Now when I get new stickers, I do keep track of who they're from, but these are all like older. So if you see yourself on here, please feel free to shout yourself out. But we've got some Sarah stickers, some Denise stickers, Gel Arts, Sarah, and then here, like, I think a lot of miscellaneous over here. I know this is from somebody, I think this might be LMA's sketchbook, but I'm not sure. So please let me know if any of these are you. Let's open her up. Whenever I have a fortune cookie, I always put the fortune in there. I just love them. I think they're cute. Then over here we have the first page. It's a little pinup witch with some pumpkins on the broom with her. This is really cute. I really like it. It's done with marker, and I think, I don't know, it's looking at it now, her face is a little wonky. I really like it. I really enjoy pinup stuff, and I had a really fun time doing it, but I can definitely see some flaws now. But I will say I really love this as a start to the sketchbook. I started it in August. That's when, like, I actually did the drawing. I don't remember when this video came out, but I remember, like, the point was that I was going into spooky season. I was really excited for fall, so I wanted to commemorate that. And I really like that. I think it's like a fun way to benchmark when this sketchbook was kept. Over here we have some doodles for some Christmas stuff. It's a little bit of spoilers, so I'm not gonna let you look too closely at it. And then here we have some marker drawings. This is a bug. This ended up being, I think, the September Patreon sticker reward. I really like it. I think it's really cute. It's really fun. And I had a lot of fun doing it. And then here are some trees. I got really into doodling this for a hot second, specifically with the neon yellow-green. I just really like the way that looks. I love the way neons pop out of the page. Here are some more of those tree doodles. I have always really struggled with how I want to represent trees, and I just kind of did this on a whim, and I really, really liked it. And so I had fun kind of trying it on different trees. And then some very simple bird doodles. This was with, I think I grabbed just a few supplies that wouldn't bleed through, and so it's not really the supplies that I would want to use. It kind of looks like a little wonky, it looks a little haphazard, but you know, it's fine. I love this spread. I love these pieces. These are done with artesic wash, and they're just like fall scenery. I was really, really into like fall stuff, fall art. I was having a lot of fun with that, and I really, really like the way these look. They just make me really happy. I like how they're really blocky. I like the colored pencil on top. Especially like, I like, this one's my favorite. I like this section over here. This is just really fun to do, like not thinking too hard, being a little bit more expressive and having fun with it. I like these trees. I've really had fun in this sketchbook with kind of letting go of some ideas of what things should look like. Here is a spread of, well, some of them are just like pictures, but a lot of the inspiration, I think this one, maybe this one, the reason I was into this vibe at all is because I love the illustrations that are on clothing pattern packets that you buy, like patterns. I've always really loved them. I think they're so cute, so pretty. This is definitely one. I don't remember the others. They're just so cute. So I wanted to do a whole spread illustrating them. I had a lot of fun with the clothes, these especially doing the patterns. I never have the patience for this kind of stuff, but whenever I do it, I think it looks so cute and so fun, and just automatically makes it look like so much better. So I had a lot of fun with these. I always enjoy this kind of stuff. I think it's right up my alley. Then, so this is, I think that last spread is where it started. It was a kind of week in my sketchbook thing where I was just trying to draw regularly, and I was also very busy at that time. So I did a lot of art that was just trying to like just have fun, you know what I mean? Like make myself do art, not feel pressure. And this is what this spread is. I just pulled up some references. I really honestly like the way these look. I did it without a sketch. I just went in and laid down the color. And I really like them, especially I love this color combo. This is with my like chunky acrylic markers. It was really fun. I had a really good time. And then over here, I used some felt markers to do the same thing. And I liked the look of this less. Like there's something about this that is just so fun. And this is obviously a bit more detailed and stuff. And it was like, while I was drawing this, I was like, you know, I would really love to be able to do something more expressive and more from my imagination rather than just worrying about accurately, you know, recreating and representing like hands and feet. Over here, one of my favorite spreads, one of my favorite videos I've done. So there's a whole video doing all of these characters. But basically this is not the first one, right? No, this is not the first one. But this is a continuation in my series where I have people submit Pinterest boards full of pins kind of describing a character in some way. And then I have to create a character from that pin board. And these are the characters, and I love them. I had so much fun doing this. I'm so happy, especially with these two, especially with her. This is a spread that I am constantly flipping back to and admiring and looking at. You can see there's quite a bit of like transfer. It's getting really messy. I need to like spray in my sketchbooks more often, but sometimes that doesn't always work. But yeah, love this spread. It's all done with marker and color pencil, and I think it's really pretty and cute. This is just a bunch of doodles. I was very busy and I didn't have my proper setup. So I just pulled out some markers and did some doodles, and it was like fun. It was just, you know, some me time. I tried to draw some Luffy from One Piece, the live action, because this is when I was really, like, I had just started watching. I was really into it, but I was not satisfied with the way that I drew him. So I was like, you know what, maybe not. But yeah, a lot of this is brainstorming for possible Halloween sticker ideas. I don't think I went with any of these. They all felt a little trite or overdone, but you know, it's fine. More just doodling. A lot of the sketchbook is like doodling, which I'm not against. Like I am not against that whatsoever. I think a sketchbook is whatever you need it to be, but I'm definitely used to having a little bit more finished stuff in my sketchbook. But in retrospect, like I did have a lot of fun in this sketchbook, so I think that is important. And therefore I feel better about it being a lot of like doodles. But here we just have pen stuff, a sketch from like a Pinterest reference, some portraits, and then that's my own character. And then we have some fish down here. Not a lot going on this page. Here we have some couples. These are all based off of Pinterest photos. I do this every once in a while, and I always find it really, really fun just to find some Pinterest pins, whatever, some references of couples and recreating them, usually gay. Love it. I always have a lot of fun. These ones are a little bit wonky. I feel like I'm out of practice with this kind of stuff. Like if you look at the other pages, like how often am I doing this where I'm like, you know what I mean? I don't really know how to explain it, but I feel like I'm very out of practice with this. And you can kind of see some of them are like a little rough, but overall, I'm really happy with this spread. I love the colors. Here is where I was playing around with this. I had this idea for this character, and you know, I'm getting better at character design. These challenges that I do, these are really helping, and I never really do anything with the characters, but I still like to have them, you know what I mean? So I had this idea for a little girl who goes fishing, basically, and so this is me working out what the character would look like, what the idea is, starting with like, I know I want it to be a little girl, so like, what does the little girl look like? But I know I want her to be in this specific kind of outfit, so what does that look like? This is the kind of vibe that I wanted it to have, so what does that look like? And then piecing it all together, and then I had this final iteration, which is pretty much exactly spot on to what I wanted and like what I've kept. But so you can see like the thought process to the final piece, which I love. I love her. I just call her the fishmonger. I think she's really cute, and I used just colored pencils for it, and that was really fun. I like when I never use colored pencils just to color, except sometimes I have to like cover up all of this stuff. And whenever I'm kind of forced to use something that I don't normally do because of the situation in my sketchbook, I always end up loving the result. And that's a great example. Over here, we have a nice spooky page. I've got these I turned into stickers. So we have some pumpkin heads, a kitty cat head, and some crows. And then I have my Busch Gardens Halloween pass, and then a haunted trail pass. So it's very Halloween. We love it. Oh, here I have more. I have my Spookala convention pass, and then I think this is just doodles. Yeah, this is just prep for October, Drawtober concepts. And here's the beginning of Drawtober. I followed a couple of different proms. You'll mostly see Peachtober, I think. I didn't really share it that much. I definitely did post about them, but I think just kind of at the end of Drawtober. All of my Drawtober stuff was super, super chill, super low-key, and I just kind of did it like on the couch while I watched TV. So here we have Cosmos. That's a Peachtober prompt, pretty self-explanatory. I think this must have either been Sweetie or like Sweet or something. Peachtober day 3, I just did a peach. I was trying to keep it simple. A lot of these things I wasn't thinking too hard. Mosstober day 5 was wild, so I just doodled some dandelions. This was really, really fun because all the lines are like so repetitive. This was something that I had a really fun time. I originally was just gonna do I think these 2 or something, but they were so fun and so easy that I filled the whole bottom of the page. Here we have some Our Flag Means Death pen sketches. I think these are all like directly referenced. They're both really hard to draw. Blackbeard is a little easier to draw, but they are both really, really hard to draw, and I would love to be able to do some fan art because I love this show, but I'm really bad at drawing them, so I was trying to practice, but my enthusiasm always wanes pretty quickly because they're odd-looking men, So I give up pretty fast, but I got some good sketches out of it, so that's good. This is a song, and these are the lyrics that were really stuck in my head from that song. Behind it is some bleed-through of a Christmas video that you haven't seen yet, and I don't want to spoil it, so we are skipping that. And don't look too hard at the bleed-through. Here's more of the fishmonger doodles. They look really, really wonky. I don't know kind of what was going on here. I think I was just doodling while I was watching something. More doodles. Anyways, here we have more Peachtober stuff. This is day 17. It was blush. This was a really fun process. I think the blush looks really, really cute. And I really like the way that I drew this. I did it pretty grayscale. I wanted it to be kind of a more bluey, desaturated, really dark skin tone, but it was looking straight up gray. So I went over it with brown, but I think that created really cool values. So that was a fun process. And then I got a random word generator for Magstober, October 18, and then the word I got was dirty. So here are some concept sketches of the fishmonger being filthy, and then there's the sketch. Although I start to lose the childness of her. Her proportions are really weird. She's a little too adult, gangly teenager. So it's not really accurate to what I want her to look like. Here is another page where I just had, I think these are the Pentel. Yeah, these are my Pentel sign pens or whatever. There were a lot of days in the sketchbook that I just grabbed a few doodling supplies, things that I specifically like for doodling, and I just opened my sketchbook, sat down, and doodled. I think this was while I forget what I was doing, but I was stuck at a desk editing, and so I brought this with me. And I definitely got through quite a few pages doing that, and it was fun. We've got a fishmonger, we've got a baby, we have some little creatures, a little toad butt. You're so skibbity. I don't know what that means. I'm obsessed with it though. I think it's so fun. Back here, we have another Peachtober. This is 19. It's Candle, and I don't like this. I straight up don't like it. The thought was fun, looks really ugly, so I covered it up with a Blackbeard drawing. And then the rest of this page is more Our Flag Means Death doodles. I personally am Izzy hater. I don't like Izzy at all in any way, shape, or form. Just don't like him. We've got I loved the collar. That was so funny. Just, lots of doodles of screen caps. And of course I have to get that dead fish scene because that was so funny. I really like most of these. Roach, one of my favorite characters. Yeah, slay. All right. I think this might be the end of my, no, it's not. Okay. It's about near the end of my Peachtober attempts. We've got the 20th, which was Bulb. I think this is cute. It's not really what I normally do, but it's fun. I like the idea. It was simple enough. Then we have Tunnel, which I love the you know, the bridges, the natural occurring, whatever stuff. So I tried to replicate that. I did find a reference. It's not like I came up with this, but I knew I wanted to do like specifically this. So I did this with gouache and I don't love it. Sometimes the blockiness works and sometimes it doesn't. And in this case, I don't think it did. This looks very messy, very patchy. And then down here I have Mosstober, October 23rd, funkiest fish. So of course I had to do a mahi mahi because they really are one of the like most funkiest fish I've ever seen. This is October 9th and I taped it in later, and this is blue for Peachtober. I started with this one and I just wanted the idea of like the squares, different shades of blue, and then I was gonna do kind of like patch type stuff, a different pattern on each square. And then I started doing, on one of these, I started doing like the little thing going through, and I was like, oh, that's actually so fun. But obviously I didn't start with that. So I was like, let me do another one. And then I did another one just like solely for the idea of doing this little swirly thing, and I ended up loving it. I used it for the Patreon originals. I still really love it. I think it's so fun, so cool, and the process is like really enjoyable. Over here I have some pen portraits. These were really quick. I literally did these so I could make reels out of them for my one posting a reel every day video, but I do like, except for this one, I do really like the way all of these turned out. I think they're really pretty. I love using this pen to sketch. I think I did a good job. These are satisfying. I think they're really, really pretty, honestly. These are from Sarah. I think a package she sent, like I ordered something. So this was, she always draws on her envelopes and it stresses me out because now I can't throw that envelope away because it has beautiful art on it. So I always like cut it out and tape it in somewhere. And then I just have some landscape things, trying to use as few values as possible. And then I have some Playboy bunnies over here. I found this photo. I'm getting so many black and white kind of old photos on Pinterest on my being like pushed to me all the time. And I really, really like them. And this is one of them. I drew it. I really like it. I think it's fun. Over here, this is the sticker for, I think this month, for November. I don't know what month it is when this goes out. For November, this is the sticker for the Patreon rewards. This was really fun to do. It honestly didn't take that long. It was very like therapeutic, easy, just like fun to do, which I didn't expect. I feel like normally this is the kind of stuff that would be very painstaking and like horrible. But no, I had a lot of fun doing this, and I really liked the way it turned out. And about here is where we start getting to where there's, I think, gonna be a good amount of blank pages. So obviously this is empty. This is, in every sketchbook, I always do a spread where someone draws me random shapes and then I have to create little doodles out of those shapes. This time I just did the shapes myself, which was, honestly, it was both easy because I didn't give myself anything crazy, and also a lot harder because it felt weirdly like limiting. But yeah, I didn't really make anything this time that I love. Like normally there's like something that comes out of it that I'm like, oh, I could make that a sticker. I think this is really cute. This is probably the closest that I got to making something sort of cute. None of these are really things I even feel like pointing out. They're all kind of strange. Another blank page. Here is where, so I went to a flea market or like a big, whatever, antique mall type thing forever ago. And there was this little weird, creepy creature stuffed animal of a cat in this like little dress. And I took a picture of it because I was like, oh, I could totally draw that. And then I never did. And I was looking for stuff to draw. I was going through, like I have like a folder in my phone of stuff to draw. I found this and I was like, you know what? Let me do it. I used just color pencil and it was really, really fun. I really liked the way it turned out. These ended up being the postcard for November's Patreon rewards. I just think it's really cute and really fun. I love the colors. It's cute. So I drew this one and then I was like, well, it needs a companion. So I drew it a little companion down here. Obviously he's cut off a little bit, but he's also very cute. Very, very cute. And then my friend is letting me borrow her Switch so I can play Animal Crossing. And this isn't what I look like anymore because I've had to restart like 5 times. This is what I looked like for a hot second. So I didn't have a bow. But this, okay, well, we'll start over here. I just pulled out, again, a couple random supplies that I thought would look good together. And I sat, and I think I was watching TV, and I did some doodles with them. I think this is 2 Tombow markers, and then my 2 Pentel, like, brush pens. Here's where I started another one, but it looked so bad, so I was like, never mind. Then over here, this is my most recent market that I was at, and I didn't have anyone with me that, like, for the day that I was there. So I was gonna be really, really bored. So I brought some supplies and I was like, I'm just gonna doodle while I'm there, fill up some sketchbook pages. And so this is the result of that. This is the back of the booth of the lady in front of me. Pure, just nonsensical doodles, really. And then I pulled out my favorite sketching pen and I started sketching. I like this. I think this is cute. I think these are good. That's kind of fun. I like the way this head looks. Like it's a specific style that I was trying out and I enjoyed. Yeah, really random, purely just like whatever kind of came to me, which was fun. Exercise that I haven't done in a long time. These are more spoilers, so we'll cover that up. This is the end of that doodling session. At one point I had 2 more hours, I guess. Here's where I've been really enjoying drawing horses just from my imagination because I don't know what they look like, and that always ends ridiculously. And I was going strong, right? And then I got to this section. I was like, that looks like a human leg. So I made it human legs, which I think is really funny and silly. And it looks really awful. But yeah, nothing special here. Just lots of doodles. Here we have the spread that I did in a recent video. I really love it. Like really, really, really love it. I want to maybe make prints or something out of this. I think it's so pretty. This is based off of, I didn't mention it in this video, but this is based off of a family member's photos when she went to Greece, and I love all the photos. I was trying out a much more like illustrative style. This is this kind of stuff that I really enjoy doing, but things that I struggle with are like clouds and water, and so I was trying to do it in a bit of a different way that was more like fun and easygoing, and I'm really, really happy with the results. The water still is not quite what I would like it to be. Still need to work on that, but I love the way the sky looks. I love the landscape. Just really, really happy with it. Colors are great. It's simple. It was fun. I wasn't stressing out while I was doing it, trying to get all the detail. I like it. And then here, so if you saw my last video where I talked about doing the final spread, I mentioned at some point that I had a lot of blank pages and I wasn't even gonna bother trying to fill them because I was kind of done with the sketchbook. Right after I finished like recording that voiceover, I was gonna settle down for the night. I had the itch to start doodling. So I did fill in a few more pages, just a few. So it's not quite as empty as it was, as I said it was before, but still not exactly like crazy additions here. Just doodles. I've got a cat, some hammerhead sharks, really, really basic. And then this is it. I just have a few more marker doodles. Then we've got a couple of empty spreads here. And then the final spread. Obviously, I just did a whole video on this, so I won't go too far into it, but it's done with acrylic gouache. It was a bit of a struggle to do, but I'm happy with it now. It's pretty patchy. It almost looks kind of like cheaper gouache. I really struggled with it, but like I said, I'm happy with it. And then I've got taped in my old, this used to be hanging on my wall as motivation to get up and go on a walk in the morning that I made out of the Go Piss Girl meme. Well, I didn't make it. This is a meme itself, like the Bucky, is that you? And it's like, who girl or whatever. It's the Stephen Bucky one was made, but I whatever, you know what I mean. And that's it. That is the end of the sketchbook tour. I'm gonna flip it open so we don't see these glares. I'm gonna flip it to my favorite spread while I say goodbye. That's my sketchbook tour. I really hope you enjoyed this, despite the sketchbook being a little bit rocky, having those empty pages at the end. I really, really enjoyed it. There's not a lot of like impactful pieces in here, but there's a lot of stuff that I just enjoyed doing and had a good time and felt like I was, experimenting and learning. So I think this is overall a really great sketchbook. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, the whole shebang. You know what to do. Make sure you stay tuned for the other Christmas videos, other holiday videos coming up this month. So make sure you subscribe, etc., etc. I'm gonna go. I have plenty of stuff to do today. So go make your bed, wash your hands, and go do some art. Bye. See you later. See you next time.